This time it's Timothy Peters that will bring the field back to the green flag as we restart here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Timothy chooses the outside as well. He is able to grab that lead, or keep the lead, I should say. Ron Hornaday is going to come with him from the outside.
Trying to take the spot away from James Busher in that 31. Busher down on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Mike Skinner in the 5.
Looked like Elliott Sadler didn't have any trouble that time getting his truck up to speed. So whatever's wrong with it, he was able to figure out how to deal with it.
And you know, he was ready for it too. Make sure he got that thing down in fourth gear.
Smoking coming out of the 23 of Jason White. Looks like an engine may have expired.
He's had 2 engine failures in the last 2 races, 2 in a row. He's had trouble under the hood of that number 23 truck. 10th in the points. These blows have really dashed his chances of a solid season.
And fluid on the racetrack is going to bring out our 3rd caution of the night.
You know, a year ago here, Phil, Jason led the most laps at Bristol. Big night for he and his team, and he was looking to have the same type of result tonight. But a couple of engine failures at Nashville and Darlington, and now another one here tonight.
Yeah, 3 in a row. That is incredible, and we really don't see that many engine failures in this series.
And so a difficult night for Jason White. Timothy Peters out in front of the field. Hornaday has moved to 2nd. Be the biggest racing fan you can be with Verizon Championship Racing at the track and on your phone. From nationwide and IndyCar driver meet and greets to exclusive peeks inside the Penske Garage right on your VCAS phone. We are your hard card to racing nirvana. Only from the network with the most 3G coverage, Verizon. A few trucks making their way onto pit road. And for that update, I want to talk a little bit about it. The 30 of Todd Bodine.
Yeah, Johnny Sauter, the 13 was right. He was actually the first truck in line coming in. Adam, what did the 13 do down there?
4 tires, fuel, and an adjustment. He was a little loose end, so they got their fuel at lap 32, and now we will wait and see if, in fact, they are done for the night, Phil.
This is getting interesting, Phil, whether these guys, maybe the 18 was in, the 30, the 13, we said these guys all pitted. Will they come back to pit road, or are they done? That could be it for tonight.
18 also came on pit road, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just down here checking with Eric Phillips and Richie Waters to find out about strategies on these teams. Richie said for sure they're a one-stop strategy. I asked him how many laps of caution do you need. He said a bunch. He wouldn't give me a number. I just asked Eric Phillips. He said their fuel mileage has been great. They've pitted their last time tonight.
Green flag back in the air. Timothy Peters with another great start, but here comes Ron Hornaday. Challenging on the inside. Now to the outside goes to 5 of Mike Skinner.
Man, when those guys squeeze you down from the top like that, Phil, it's really, really a handful. Watch James Busher. He's going to get on the inside of Skinner, but can he hold on down there?
How about Hornaday squeezing Skinner up?
Oh, problems for the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb. It looks as though the 18 of Kyle Busch maybe got into the 10. So Jennifer Jo Cobb spins on the front stretch, and that brings out our 4th caution.
She drives away, though. Didn't get a lot of damage to that 10 truck. She's done such a good job this year, just keeping her nose clean, making laps, got her career best finish last week at Darlington, and I know how much she was looking forward to racing here at Bristol. See what happens here. Kyle Busch dives in on her, gives her a little bit of a shove.
You know, he's wanting to go. He sees Todd Bodine. He sees Johnny Sauter going. Just gets in the back of her, coming off turn 4 and around. She goes. She does a nice job. I think she absolutely missed the inside wall. Going to get another view here.
How many times in the history of Bristol, Phil, have you been backwards and spinning around and don't collect that inside wall? Usually you're going to drive straight into it. She did a great job of hanging on, keeping that truck out of the wall.
It's the second time we've seen that tonight. Remember Brad Keselowski the same way. Brad didn't actually fully spin. He just got that truck completely sideways and straightened it out and went on.
Kyle was trying to move up through after making his pit stop and just a little over anxious there, I think, and got into the back of Jennifer. Oh, here comes some more leaders to pit road.
Timothy Peters brings Ron Hornaday, and it looks like the rest of the trucks that didn't come to pit road the first time.
With the exception of Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner stays on the racetrack. Max Pappas stays on the racetrack.
So Timothy Peters has been out front
smooth boys night
for 20 laps. Elliott Sadler led the other 17 laps. Elliott Sadler also on pit road now.
Those guys lined up running bumper to bumper, all of them at pit road speed. They got to maintain that pit road speed from the time they enter the pit over there off turn 2 It's a long trip around. Adam, here they come.
Timothy Peters got the call from Jeff Hensley as soon as pit road opened. Get in here. They will do 4 tires on that 17 truck. You see it at the turn 4 into pit road. 5 pit stalls in front of him. And Ron Hornaday, he too will get 4 tires and fuel at lap 38 to Ray Dunlap.
Volunteer Chevrolet on the hood of this number 31 this week, and James Busher said no adjustments for him. Very happy with the way it's going. They had a little trouble getting the jack up on the left side. They'll hang all these tires, but Busher is going to lose 4 or 5 spots sitting here in the pits.
Under caution, they have to make the entire way around pit road. You can't just come on your side of pit road and stop.
It's painful too, Rick. It's a long trip around there, and especially look who's getting a lucky dog. He's 2 down, but he's getting one of them back right now. I didn't know that he could ever get 2 lucky dogs here at Bristol as fast as you can go a lap down, but these quick cautions has put Brad Keselowski in a position to get both his laps back.
Only 2 trucks off the racetrack, Garvey and White. Keselowski 1 lap down now here in Bristol. Hey race fans, Sunoco's free fuel 5,000's back. Just get your Sunoco decal, put it on your car, get spotted and win. We've got spotters visiting every participating Sunoco, and if we see you with it while you're there filling up, you'll win one of thousands of instant prizes and a shot at the grand prize, 5,000 gallons of Sunoco fuel. For more information, go to GoSunoco.com.
Could you imagine if somebody told you just won 5,000 gallons of gasoline?
I think I'd smile.
That'd be a pretty good day, wouldn't it?
I would be very happy. How about Mike Skinner? He should be happy. He's out front of this field as the green flag comes back out.
Well, the front of this field has a little bit of a different look right now.
Skinner's going to drive way away from these guys. I bet you've got some cats that aren't used to being up at the front. Max Pappas hasn't run a lot at the front of these fields. Chris Jones, same thing.
But Carl Long in the 00. There's John King in the 46.
First ever start in his debut. I think Bill Elliott's up on top spot for John King, so I know he's getting a lot of good advice. Oh, contact.
Around they go
into the 6.
Turn number 1. The 6 driven by Clay Greenfield.
Austin Dillon makes a little bit of contact with the left front of that truck now.
You know, he's having a lot of problems with the front of that truck today. It started with those yellow barrels right there he just passed. Then he got involved in an accident that certainly wasn't any of his making.
He's coming to pit road. He's not going to have a whole lot of time to do anything. The field's already coming off turn 2.
Front end's fine.
I think he's changed his mind. He's going to go back up on the racetrack.
Cut the bottom of the nose off. If we need it. It doesn't look like we need it. Just check it out here. He's coming to us right now.
Take another look.
There's Dennis Setzer on the inside. He slides up the racetrack a little bit, gets a little bit loose, has to chase it, gets in the left rear quarter panel of the 6 of Clay Greenfield.
Clay had gotten an Aaron's lucky dog earlier. Look at Austin Dillon. He just locked the brakes down and it slid right into Greenfield. See Setzer, he's trying to work the bottom. We've seen already tonight how hard that is. And Dennis, if he can't do it, you know it's hard because he's one of the best short track racers in the world.
There's Johnny Sauter right there. We're going to follow right along with Kyle Busch.
Kyle to the outside of that mess.
Wow. And Kyle thought, well, it's a pretty good time to dive to the outside. Right there, they all reckon on the bottom of me. Watch this move he makes around the top. See him dunk to the right.
He goes way on the outside of Johnny Sauter. Johnny had to slow down for Clay Greenfield, who spun right in front of him, and Kyle just drove by on the outside.
Looked like there was a little bit of contact.
And how about back on the lead lap, Brad Keselowski?
Would you have ever dreamed that after 44 laps he would be back on the lead lap?
Keselowski gets 2 laps back. He's on the lead lap. That means we've got 34. Friday, Thunder Valley is rocking. The biggest party in NASCAR. From the world's fastest half mile. Don't miss NASCAR Trackside from Bristol Friday night, 11 Eastern, only on Speed.
Hey, it's going to be great to see Larry Pearson on trackside. Remember, Larry had that horrendous wreck in the race that I was actually in, the Legend race here in the spring, and it's good to see him. I think he's on crutches, but up and around now, and it'll be great to see him on trackside.
Certainly will.
Glad a lot of speed,
that was a scary wreck. Sure
big hit. Coming back to the green flag, Mike Skinner, Max Pappas, 1 and 2. Green flag back out.
Like Skinner didn't get a real clean start for some reason. Max was able to drive up on the inside of him. Skinner clears Max now, though.
Great announcement that heavy traffic. Look at Hornaday in the middle of 3 wide. Look at Timothy Peters on the outside. Max will run a full season for Germain Racing in Geico next year here in the Camping World Truck Series.
Hornaday trying to sort it out in that orange number 33, the tie truck. He's going up the racetrack again. Hornaday's having problems in the 33.
You think maybe he had some buildup on his tires, Michael?
He got in a bind. He was in the middle of 4 wide field. We've run 50 laps now. And do you know that we finally ran as many green flags as we had yellow? It is 25 and 25. And this is really helping guys like Kyle Busch, who made that pit stop very early. He's going to be okay on gas mileage now, I think, because of all the early caution laps.
Are we going to rewrite the record books tonight as far as starting? Well, Kyle Busch will be recorded as starting first.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Had the pull. There's Todd Bodine, point leader on the inside.
Oh, we got a spin. Hornaday loses control of his truck.
Hornaday into the inside wall on the backstretch.
Minimal contact, though.
Caution is out for Hornaday.
We got the nose. I don't know how bad.
Sixth caution of the night.
It looked like he had some sort of a problem.
Early on, he was not, it didn't look like he was comfortable in that truck. And he got sideways a few times in the turns, just in the wrong position.
A lot of times when you're on the racetrack with hot tires, you pick up a lot of the rubber and the debris, and it takes a while to get that stuff off the tires, but it looked like his truck never came around.
It looks like minimal damage to the front of that truck. Let's look back a lap before this accident and see if we can see what all happened to Ron.
There he goes. This is when he gets loose right there. Has to chase it up the hill. David Starr gives him a break and didn't make it 3 wide. And there he is on the inside of the. Oh, he makes contact with Mario Gosselin. That's what happened. That's why he went around.
Ron just went up the racetrack a little bit high. Mario Gosselin was there.
That's the 3rd truck we've seen spin, just trying to run underneath of another truck. You can see his truck gets a little bit high. Oh, there's the contact, and around he goes.
And that little touch was all it took to turn that nose of that truck to the left and spin him out.
He'll come to pit road and work on the front of that number 33 Tide Chevy, but I don't believe there's enough damage there that it'll hamper him a great deal. His fender isn't tore up, obviously, anything like Austin Dillon, so maybe they can just pull on that thing a little bit, put some new tires on it, and he can go back to action.
The Buddy Hermie Sadler right in front of Ron Hornaday.
Already 6 cautions in this race.
That's how many we had all race last year.
Yeah. Well, it's time to take a closer look into the camping experience with Camping World's Destination Recreation.
It's Camping World's Destination Recreation.
Camping World Tow Centers of America offers a full line of hitching and towing equipment, plus they have Goodyear tires. And believe it or not, they've installed over 10,000 hitches over the years, so you know you're going to get professional service. And between July 24th and August 17th, they're offering 50% off of all installations. Now, whether you need an extra set of brakes or whether you want to put in a receiver hitch, a ball, or sway bar arms, they've got it all in one location. It's Tow Center of America at your local Camping World store.
The Camping World Destination Recreation Sweepstakes is back, and it's better than ever. There's more prizes and more chances to win. To see the complete prize descriptions and the official rules, visit campingworld.com/racing.
I thought this was supposed to be a tamer, milder Bristol.
Yeah, maybe not. Adam.
And of course, the reason for this caution, Rick, is the 4-time champion getting in trouble on track. We're talking about Ron Hornaday. He came down pit road 1 lap ago. They changed right side tires, and they had talked about changing 4, but at the last minute said go right sides only because they were afraid he was going to lose a lap. Only problem was they had already loosened the lug nuts on the left side, so he's back in now so they can tighten those, and you can see the crew continue to work on that right front fender.